Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Ed Adams.
Welcome to Better Horses TV.
This segment we're going to start off with Ashley Purdin, and just like trail riding, she's going to show us how to get through a narrow bridge.
And we're going to travel on down to Manhattan, Kansas and visit Kansas State University's Equine Lameness Center and spend some time with Dr. Lutter, who's going to explain some of the latest techniques that they work with.
And then we head down to Station 10, Kansas City, where the firehouse is actually going to show us a special Hearty Grub that you had a chance to join.
And it really was neat, Ed, because it brought horses to it, starting from that you have as far as on your Kansas City Cowboys for Cops trail ride, where we met Tim Tunstall's wife Jessica and Willow. And this was a special taping being the anniversary of Larry Leggio and also John Mesh, which we show a tribute to them.
So stay with us. This is going to be an episode of Better Horses you're really going to enjoy.
So kids, go wake up mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, tell them, come out and watch Better Horses TV. They're going to love it.
You care about your animals and feeding them the best. And that's where Purina's local Kansas City dealers step in, providing you experience, knowledge, service, and advice. Purina feed dealers are people who believe in community involvement and who believe in you. They have a passion for the feed industry and are committed to helping customers unlock the potential of every animal. If you are looking for a trusted source for your animals, look no further than your local Purina feed dealer, your partner in animal care.
Hi folks, Justin McKee for Better Horses. The other day I saw a friend of mine and I asked, hey, where's your daughter going to go to college? And she says, oh, I don't know. We've got this option and that option. But we just want to make sure that we go to the place where it's God's will. I said, God don't care where your kid goes to college. She looked at me like I was the devil. I said, yeah. I said, God just wants her to take him wherever she chooses to go. That's the thing about God. God doesn't have just one will for our lives. He's God. He's got a million different options. He just wants us to take him with us wherever we go and to trust him. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. So choose. You have the freedom to choose. Just don't forget to invite God to ride along with you.
Back in the saddle and out on the trail with Ernie the horse guy, now fun will prevail. We'll meet the best horsemen under the sun. Tip our hats to the ladies, keep the good Lord number one. Ride along, sing your song. Along with better horses, we're right where we belong. Faith and love from up above, the best of the good life's yet to come.
In a natural, free-roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
Welcome to Better Horses. I'm Ashley Purdin with Equus Corrido Equine Center, and today we're going to show you how to introduce a horse to a narrow bridge. So we're going to be using Socks here. She's from Double C Quarter Horses in Topeka, Kansas, and she's here for full-time training. I'll be showing her in versatility events. And I love using obstacles with her, not that she's going to be an obstacle horse, but just to teach her how to use her brain and negotiate things and think through different situations. So we'll be using her today, and this will give you a great example of how to introduce the narrow bridge for the very first time. So this will be the very first time that Socks will have done a narrow bridge, and this would be how I would approach it if a horse has never done one before. She has been over other bridges though, so I always encourage you to just use a basic easier bridge to introduce your horse to the concept before you do a more technical narrow bridge. So getting your horse lined up straight in front of it is the most important thing about the entire exercise. I call this area right in front of the bridge the engagement zone. If she moved to the side like this, she's no longer in the engagement zone. She's no longer engaged with that obstacle. So I'm going to make sure if she ever makes a move like that, that I put her right back in front of it again. So I'm just going to line her up and see what she does. Sometimes they'll want to smell it. Sometimes they'll just try to walk around it. Sometimes they'll be nervous of it. So I'm going to step her up there again. I'm pretty convinced that these horses can't see this bridge very well, just the way their vision works. They kind of see the picture out on each side of their eyes, not so much down right in front of them. So they kind of have to feel their way across this. So I'm just going to keep asking her to step up here, and I'll release the pressure when I feel like she gives it a good solid try. So right here, what'd she do? She stepped out of that engagement zone. So I'm going to side pass her and put her back in. This is my preferred technique for working obstacles, no matter what the obstacle is, if it's a flow obstacle. So any of my bridges or my tarps, instead of doing a circle around it or taking the horse away from it and running them around, I'm just going to continue to push my horse back in that engagement zone. There we go. And I'm going to just continue reinforcing my leg, because that's what this obstacle is about. Does your horse truly honor your leg in every situation? So I'll just keep asking her forward. There's a little bit of a try. So now she's not trying, is she? She's trying to go every which way except for forward onto this. Back. There was a little bit of a try again, so I'll release. And then I'll just ask again. Nope, not quite. She left my engagement zone again. So again, I'm going to try to get her off of this left leg and side pass her back over here. So I would not attempt this obstacle if my horse didn't have a decent amount of body control. She needs to know how to side pass, because I'm using that cue a lot to line her back up. So right here, she left again. Just going to back her, side pass her over, get her back in that engagement zone again. And basically, if this bridge extended out, we'd be standing on it right now. So that's the right spot to give her a little rest. Then I'll ask again, line her up again. You have to give your horse a chance to think. If they don't have that chance to think, they will not keep trying. So again, she left the engagement zone. I'm going to get her off my left leg again. There we go. And they'll typically they'll have one way or the other. They continue to try to test your leg. She thinks that my left leg might not be as assertive as my right leg, so she keeps trying to test that left leg out. There, we got our first step on it, and I'm just going to reward that, but she doesn't get to leave the engagement zone. So I'm going to just push her right back into it. If she needs to stop and think, I want her to stop and think here, because there she's still thinking about that bridge. Another thing you might notice that I haven't had on necessarily in all of my video tips, but I do have on for this one, are my ortho equine boots. So I have 4 leg wraps on this horse. And that was very intentional for this exercise, because a lot of times they will step next to that bridge, they will step off of it, and I don't want her to step off of it and have a bad experience and for that bridge to skin her up, because then the next time she's definitely not going to try very hard. Good girl. So she wasn't able to stay up there, and that's okay, but I'm going to just put her back in that engagement zone as quick as I can. And I'll just keep working this. So really, the big learning objective for the horse on this exercise is that when I ask you to go forward, it doesn't mean right or left. It means forward, even if there's something that you're unsure about in front of you. And it'll generally take several times before you can really get across it easily. And so you've noticed she's trying pretty hard with her front feet, but she's not really got her back feet. They're starting to come. So they kind of think their front feet first and then their back feet second. So I'm just kind of letting those back feet follow along. I'm not going to try to micromanage her onto this. I want her to think about it. So again, right there. It's a great obstacle to teach your horse to slow down and problem solve. She thinks if she just goes fast that she can get it done. And we'll just let her sort that out. So it's just a matter of just being really patient and repeating the process. Doesn't need to get done fast. That's all right, so I'll just back her again. And again, if at any point she wanted to just stop and stand here, I'd totally let her. But I don't want to completely discourage that forward motion either. One of these times she's just going to decide to walk across it, and I'm going to do my very best in that situation to stay out of her way. She's starting to put in a lot more effort with her back feet now, if you guys see that. Good girl. Nope. Try this again. So you just keep repeating, repeating, repeating. And notice I'm not just letting her walk away from it. I just keep putting her back in that engagement zone so she can think about it. Because it takes a lot of balance for them to get up here. There she paused again, so I'll just pause with her. Let her think. And this would not be a good point to just go ahead and push her onto it, so I'm just going to ask her off of it and back her back into that engagement zone again. There we go. Just nice and slow. There we go. So I'm going to just try to stay out of her way. Not oversteer up here. If I oversteer, I'll just pull her off. What a girl. Very good. So now I could let her walk off and let her think about it walking forward. I don't have to hustle her back to that engagement zone necessarily. And that might be all I do with this bridge today. I might not even try to get it a second time. It's a great place to just let her build her confidence with that little bit of success, and we can always try it again tomorrow. I'm Ashley Purdin, this is Better Horses TV, and we'll see you guys next time.
We're taking you out to Manhattan, Kansas to visit Kansas State University's Lameness Center. You're going to love it.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
What a facility we're at. Part of the services Kansas State University offers out here to the horsemen. Dr. Dylan Lutter, thank you for letting us be a part of this.
Oh, thanks for having me out here.
Well, this is really neat. Tell us a little bit about this facility we're in right now.
So this facility is a culmination of decades, really, of collaboration between really dedicated horse owners and the vet school here. And we were able to build the facility for performance assessment and testing for any horse that is having performance-related issues.
I don't want to show my age, but I can remember this is just a bare piece of ground.
Yeah, for 30 to 40 years, we used to go trot out horses out here in the field, and now we have this beautiful place to do it in. So.
You being on the faculty, tell us what that's all about, what that means. You specialize in as far as lameness.
Yeah, so my area of focus is lameness, and we've gone from when this place was built to doing lameness exams in the parking lot, and as you said, out in the field, and with the goal of moving toward this facility to where we can look at subtle lamenesses. We can look at horses who maybe have respiratory problems or have farrier issues, and do everything right in this facility with the imaging, the ultrasound, the x-rays, the nerve blocks, the injections, all right here.
And you got the equipment for that. That's what's really exciting about the equipment that you have, as far as to kind of ties right in here and work as a team with the local vet, the client's local vet, and yourself, and trying to get this lameness deal solved.
Yeah, exactly right. So we have the high-tech equipment and the ability to use it, so we can work with your veterinarian. Maybe he's seen some performance issues, worked it up, but doesn't have the equipment to use. Give us a call and we can get it in and get things solved. Or if you need us to take a look, we're here for that too.
This has been so much more advanced, this lameness examination and treatment and everything, from let's say 10, 15 years ago. We can put these horses back to work in times before we couldn't.
Yeah, I think a lot of times 10, 15, 20 years ago, you'd have a horse that had a certain lameness, and you might just inject them and keep going, and now we're able to diagnose the injury that's wrong and make the right recommendation to keep them going a lot longer.
Well, we appreciate everything Kansas State University does, the weekly updates we're doing on the radio, and now this, and as far as getting the information out to the folks.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for having me.
On that deal, and so folks, get a hold of you. If you want to get a hold of Kansas State University Performance Testing, what's the best way?
Call our large animal front desk at 785-532-5700.
And also, don't forget to work with your local vet on this deal. It's a team effort. I'll tell you what, unbelievable service they have out here. You're just a tremendous, you just deliver on every end you can think of.
We sure try to.
This is Ernie Rodina here at the KSU Equine Performance Testing Center, and I'll just finish with Go Wildcats.
EMA.
Whatever, I never figured out what that means.
I know, it's so goofy.
It is. So, hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to Better Horses TV at our Kansas State University segment with Dr. Dylan Lutter. Hey, stay tuned. There's more Better Horses coming your way.
Hey, we're going to trail on down to the Firehouse Station 10 in just a moment and get a special segment on the Hearty Grub.
In a natural, free roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
That's right, folks. You're watching Better Horses TV, and we're here at Station 10, the fire station here in Kansas City, Missouri. And believe me, it's all about horses. And I tell you what, excited about being here with Tim and Jessica Tunstall. Right. And so glad to have you here. Yeah, we met at the Cowboys for Cops in Kansas City. Horses are a part of their life. Horses are a part of our life. They're a part of the battle within that was here. We're so glad to be here, Tim.
Well, we're glad you guys are here. We met Ernie at the Cowboys for Cops ride down in the West Bottoms. It was our first year to ever ride in it, and at the end of the show we got to talking and let him know my favorite part of the show. The horses are great, but the cooking at the end was, being a fireman, our favorite part of the show, and so that's how he ended up here today. So, and now we got some steaks getting ready to go on the grill, and we're going to be eating pretty good food here soon. Now,
Tim, what's really neat is we're going to make, this is a special tribute. This is all about, like I said, we had the battle within here. We have your folks here, but This is a special day.
Yeah, today's actually the anniversary. On October the 12th, 2015, John Mesh and Larry Leggio died in a fire not far from here, and today's we're representing the anniversary of that. And so this is a special day on the Kansas City Fire Department, and John Mesh actually worked at this station on Pumper 10 here, and Larry Leggio worked down the road here down Paseo at Station 17. So this show is dedicated to them, as a matter of fact. So.
And I tell you what, Tim, you know, you said you like to cook, and this is what's neat about the fire department, that you guys take pride in your cooking. You're the chef here. So we brought Better Horses, Hearty Grub, and Mark in here, and you're going to team up, and I'm going to turn it over to Mark and you and kind of bow out, if you can believe it, and everything else. And so glad that you invited us down here, and we got a lot of, since meeting you, we got trail rides planned, we got a lot of neat things. Horses are so therapeutic, no matter what you're doing and everything. So, Mark, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can work with Tim and Jessica.
Cool, sounds fun. we couldn't decide what to make for these guys, and I've done steaks a lot, but who don't like steak?
I don't know anybody that doesn't like steak.
So instead of doing a vegetable or potato, we're going to do pasta carbonara,
Right.
and that's going to be our vegetable and starch both. And then I made my Bangkok salad, which I've made several times, but for a big group it works really good. So we're going to start with that, and I'm going to make a sesame oil dressing to go on the Bangkok salad, and we've had some wonderful calf fries that everybody thought they was eating fish or chicken nuggets.
Guess that meat.
Yeah, they turned out really good. Everybody loved them.
Yeah.
And Mark, you might talk about the dessert. Jessica is our host bringing in the dessert.
Actually, Willow made it.
Willow made it?
Yeah, we made a Texas sheet cake for you guys.
All right. That chocolate, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make the chocolate sheet cake?
No.
You did, huh?
Yeah, if you don't like steak and chocolate, you might as well pack your bags, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's all we eat.
Yeah.
Ernie, I'm going to give it back to you.
Well, we're so glad that. Well, I got to leave with one question. What have horses meant to you and your family?
So, you know what? It's been probably the best therapy for me and my family, as far as after a crazy, hectic day in the city, to go home and to be able to be around the horses. That's obviously why we're here to begin with, was the horses. And it's neat to see how horses actually bring people together, not just here, but, in many areas of life. But, when I get wound pretty tight and have had a long shift or, crazy day in the city, it's real nice to be able to go home and put my hands on horses, and it's just a natural way to unwind, the best way.
Well, we already had the calf fries. We had them when they were out of this world. We had people riding a ladder truck and everything. Let's get these steaks and everything going, guys. How about it?
All right.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
What a great time we had at the Hearty Grub here at the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department. We're here with Tim Tunstall.
Yep.
Tim, what a great night. The people say, what's this got to do with horses? It has a lot. It started with horses.
Started with horses over 150 years ago.
And it started with horses at the Cowboys for Cops parade. Absolutely. And it started for horses with what we're doing with the trail ride.
Right.
And then we brought the food together.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of the food?
Oh, man, we ate like kings. We ate pretty good, but tonight, man, it was top notch, thanks to this guy and a lot of help from everybody else that helped cook, and my wife. And
it was a challenge between Tim and Mark tonight. I tell you what do you think? They both did good? Yeah. On that deal, really good. And you had a great presentation with your little spinach salad you had there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I tell you what. And Mark, what'd you think of your assistant?
I'm going to have to get his recipe for cream spinach. That was some of the best cream spinach I ever had. Never done it in a cast iron skillet before.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little bit concerned when the coals started going pretty hot here, but you could not be at a safer place than to be at the fire department if we caught it.
The first time the fire station caught on fire.
Catch it on fire. But what a great time! I tell you what, and what a tribute to a couple of your firefighters that we lost and everything like that.
Yeah.
You're always you never forget them.
Nope.
You know, so and just was a great. Just see, it was a coincidence that it was the same day we did.
So it happened to be on the same day. Yeah, the anniversary. So yeah, I think it was meant to be, and it was what a wonderful way to celebrate their memory than for everybody to get together over food and to know that it's because of horses we got together over food. So.
Right. And Mark, talk a little bit about the final presentation that Tina put out there.
Oh, yeah, it worked pretty good. Did the Bangkok salad with the Bangkok dressing on it, a little sesame seed oil dressing we did on it. Then the carbonara. Had the help from one of the fire guys out here, cooked the bacon for me, and he thought he got it too done, but it was perfect, just the way I wanted it.
What about the hors d'oeuvres with the mountain oysters?
Yeah, they shocked everybody a little bit. They thought they was eating chicken nuggets until we told them what they was.
Yeah, they weren't chicken nuggets, but you had to be proud of me. I didn't wipe you out of them.
Yeah, that's true. Usually you can't cook them fast enough for get out of the pot for Ernie, but you contained yourself well, Ernie. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, thank you so much. Hope you invite us back to this. I know that we're going to expect to see you and your family on a lot of our rides. And folks, you can check us out at betterhorses.com. Check us out there and keep in touch with us on everything. Mark, you got anything you want to add?
No, just look forward to meeting with this guy. I mean, it is a blast.
I'm going to go on the road with him in his cooking show.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah,
well, I'm gone.
Chef. That'd be great.
That was great. So great. I tell you what, my tribute to the Kansas City, Missouri firefighters out here in the fire department, Firehouse 10.
Firehouse 10.
Thank you, guys, and stay tuned for more Better Horses TV with Ernie the Horse Guy, and along with Chef Till Mark. Talk to you next week.
Better Horses!
John Deere is known for quality equipment. This quality has created a perception that John Deere is more expensive than other brands. But high quality doesn't mean high priced. The truth from buyers in our area is customers who have purchased a John Deere compact utility tractor saved more than $2,000. Dare to compare us before buying. You and your wallet will be surprised. Nothing runs as long as a Deere, and we'll prove it with our exclusive 10-year warranty. Visit heritagetractor.com/compare to learn more.